something called pictogramming that you could do in your sewing machine. And so I've been playing with it in my Epics, and I did some videos on doing it just in the Epics over on my Epic page. But somebody had asked specifically of how to do it in the software. So I'm going to do basically what you see in the picture. I'm going to do that in just the software, and it's just taking sewing machine stitches and creating using Encore to do it. In the machine, it's called Create Shape or Design Shaping or something along those lines. So I'm going to do this real quick and see if you guys want to try something like this. So I'm going to start with a brand new design, a brand new screen. So this is what it looks like when it's done. I'm going to do File. I'm going to do New Window. So I have my new window, and I'm just oops, there is an update that I haven't done yet. Blank canvas. The size hoop I'm going to use is the 80 by 80, and I had entered another hoop in there earlier to do another project I was working on. But I'm just going to use the 80 by 80 hoop. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to the frame tab. Okay, so now that I'm on the frame tab, I'm going to go in and you have all these different options in frames, but the one I want is just a single motif. So I'm going to come in here where it says motif underline, which is that little star with the underline. I'm going to go to select motif. I'm going to go to group Husqvarna Viking. Category is scallop stitches. I'm going to do pattern number 3. I'm going to leave everything else exactly as it defaults to. You could actually go in and make it a triple stitch, which would make it just a little bit heavier, but I'm just going to leave it at running stitch. I need to do just one repeat of it. So I select repeats, and I'm going to change that 6 to a 1, and I'm going to do apply. So now I have one scallop. And so now what I want to do is go to Encore. I have the circle chosen, and I'm just going to leave it just facing each other. I'm not going to have it mirror image. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to change this repeat to 8. I'm going to do preview. And before I actually hit apply, I'm actually going to slide these in. Watch my mouse. In here, this is going to let me move my mouse, move the design around on the screen, and I don't want to do that. I only want to make this a little bit closer together. So see, my mouse has changed to 4 squares, and I'm just going to slide that in just a little bit so that those points are actually touching each other. Then I'm going to hit apply. And because I kind of moved this around, I'm going to move this back into the center here. Okay, so now that's my first outside scallop. So what I want to do now is get the inside scallop. So I'm going to go back to the frame tab. I'm still going to use motif underline. I still want only one repeat. I'm going to go to select motif. Because this is an inside area, I want to actually make that just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to leave proportional selected, and I'm just going to downsize both of those. You could downsize just one, so if I only wanted to change the width a little bit, I could do that. But I'm going to do both of them. And I'm going to do OK. I want to make sure nothing is selected, so select outside of the hoop. I'm going to hit apply. And now I have this one. But because I need it to not go scallop this way, I need it to scallop this way. So I'm going to flip it by just hitting that little triangle there. Flip it. I'm going to go to the Encore tab. I've still got everything set up all the way across. I'm going to hit preview. And again, I need to get that squashed down. So watching my mouse so that I have the the cross instead of the 4 arrows, I'm going to take and I'm going to drag that in so it's just touching. Okay? And when I'm done, make sure you hit apply. Now we're going to do those little pieces that it's the swirls that are in the center. Again, I'm going to go back to the frame tab. I'm going to leave it at just one motif. I'm going to go to select motifs. And this time I actually have to go to heirloom stitches. No, I'm sorry. I'm still in the same place, scallop stitches. And I'm going to come down, oh, scallop. I'm going to come down here and find this little swirly one. This one. And I definitely want to make this one a lot smaller, so I can proportionally, I'm going to leave it just like this. I'm going to make it quite a bit smaller. If I make it too big, it's going to be too large. So I'm just do OK. Make sure nothing is selected. I'm going to hit apply. And that's going to be about right. Yep, we're going to leave it just like that size. But the other thing I need to do before I go to Encore is I need to rotate this. So I'm going to do a right mouse. I'm going to do properties. I'm going to change this to 90 degrees. Do OK. So now it's standing up on its end. I'm going to go to Encore. 8 is still what I want. I'm going to do preview. Again, watching for the 4 points, and I'm just going to drag that in so the centers are really, really close. I'm going to do apply. I'm going to rotate this just a little bit. I'm going to do a right mouse button, and I could rotate it that way. Or I can actually, with this one selected, just take this little circle area and turn it. There's one more I want to do, and it's going to be the center pieces that are in here. And I'm going to go back again to the frame tab. This time I do want to change the category, and I'm going to change that category to heirloom. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go and find this little dot, like it's just a dot all by itself, like right there. I'm going to leave the size just as it is. I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to do OK. Now I want nothing selected because if I have something selected, it's going to go right on top. It's going to get attached. So I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to hit apply. And there it is. I'm going to move it so you can actually see it. There it is. But you notice that there's these two little end pieces, and I want to get rid of those because I don't want that to show up. Normally because this is a motif, it's a sewing machine stitches, so it's looking for something to attach it to. So it sews a stitch, it's going to do the little ball again, sew a stitch, and do the ball. But I just want the ball itself. So because I have the top of the line, or you can have the middle of the road software, you can go to the Modify tab. Whoop, I don't have anything selected. I'm going to go to the Modify tab, and I'm actually going to modify this a little bit. And I'm going to zoom in, zoom. And what I want to do is I actually want to get rid of this end and this end. So I'm going to hit box select. I'm going to click, drag, and draw, or click and drag, so I have that selected. And so then I can hit cut or delete, actually. But you'll notice it looks like it's still there. It's only because this is a fixed stitch that's at the very, very beginning. So it has to be there, and I have to manually move that. But let's get rid of this one over here. Click, drag, and draw, or click and drag. And this time I'm just going to hit delete. The difference between cut and delete is cut actually puts a piece of clip art that puts it down here into my clipboard so that I can paste it if I wanted to, but I don't want to do that. So let's fix this little point here. I'm going to go to select stitches. I'm going to click on the end, and you'll notice it has a little square. I'm going to go and I'm going to drag that in so it's right there. So now it's actually disappeared. Now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back to the Encore tab, and I'm going to zoom to fit, which is this little 4 arrows that are down here. Zoom to fit, and I'm going to go Encore is still 8. I'm going to do preview, and if you notice it's kind of in there, and again you're going to watch for so that you have those crosses, and you're going to drag it out so it's out there in the center. I'm going to hit apply, and I now have it. Now, the thing that you want to pay attention to, one of the other things we're going to do is we're going to change colors. I'm going to do that pretty quickly. I'm going to go back to the Home tab. I could go through and change each one of these individually, but the better way to do this, and as long as you don't care that it's going to be all combined now, it's okay. We're going to click on the drop down at combine. I'm going to come down there, and I'm going to do combine selected, and then I'm going to color sort that, and I'm going to make that color. Those are those little dots. See, in my film strip, I can actually see that. So I'm going to make that a dark purple. Now I want to do this guy, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do combine, and then combine selected. Color sort. And because it's the little squirrels in the center, I'm going to go with kind of a brown. Do okay. And then these two I can actually bring together because I'm going to make them the same color. So I can hold my control key. I've got this one clicked. I've got this one clicked. I'm going to come up here to combine, combine selected, color sort that, and I'm going to make that a lighter purple. and there I'm done. So now all I have to do is I could actually put another little dot or something in here if I wanted to, but that's pictogramming in the software. It's pretty simple. In fact, it's much easier in the software than it is in the machines themselves. Hope you try it, and I hope you do some samples that you can show. Thanks.